Hi everyone, welcome to Reverse De-Evolution. This is Turquoise, and I'm going to talk about something from a peer experience. I'm a peer. I'm not a professional or even an advocate for mental health, but I have some experience I want to share. And quite honestly, before I go any further, I'm not gonna talk about any solutions. I'm going to share an experience that I had in therapy. It's been kind of actually a very ongoing experience, but the mud hit the fan day before yesterday. I was supposed to go to a therapy appointment, and I had been going since last summer. I've been going back to therapy because I do need a provider to certify me for my benefits, for my disability. And it's hard for me to find a quality provider in my area, and there is some online provisions, but they're expensive. And a few others, there's a lot of confusion about insurance. Even though I have insurance, there's a lot of confusion about what's covered and what isn't, and who takes what and who doesn't. And I think there's even a fee to join, like there's memberships and stuff. So please don't tell me to look around. But according to Iask.ai, and I will put the information on the description of this video, but I will just share the question I asked and the Iask.ai's answer. And you guys can be the judge. Comments on this video will be reserved only for subscribers. I don't have a membership because my channel is free. Everything is free. I'm not monetizing anything. But I'm encouraging people to subscribe, and that might give you an incentive on if you really care enough to comment in a respectful way and on topic. Okay, without further ado, I'll go into the video. I had an experience in therapy that's been ongoing. My therapist has a habit of running late. And normally that's only like a mild imperfection. That's been like a mild imperfection of hers. She likes to spend time with her clients, and she doesn't like just cutting things short. I don't like doing that either. When I have sessions, when I have mesh study sessions, when I have 5 and 6 study sessions with myself or with a peer, I don't like cutting things short either. I'll do stuff as long as it takes a reasonable amount of time. And I study for 3 hours a night, working on myself and studying topics of interest, social issues, psychological issues, etc. But I'm trying to pay attention to time, but in a reasonable way. And my therapist that I've been seeing since last June, it's December now, 2025, she goes over sessions. And her credo is if she goes over with the last client, she'll make it up by going over on my session. And I guess, I don't know if that's going to upset the other client after me. I've questioned that myself, and I've even asked her, I've said, I hope your client after me understands that, why you run late, why you run over. And she said, well, they do. I tell them the same thing I'm telling you. I make up the time. And I thought, okay, okay. As long as you guys have an understanding, as long as you guys have a rapport and an agreement on that, fine. I'm not gonna squawk, As long as I get my time and the other clients get their time, okay. I did worry about, I probably shouldn't worry about the therapist, but it does affect clients, and it does affect patients when doctors burn out and when therapists burn out and they don't take breaks and they don't practice self-care. It does affect people that they're taking care of. I've known that to be true from experience and from as a client, as a patient, and from dealing with even my caretaker, the person who took care of me when I was growing up. She continually burned out and we fought all the time, especially after I became a teenager, after my mom's death. My mom died when I was 9, and when I became a teenager, and she had to take care of me full time, and I'm honestly empathetic about that, but I don't think she took very good care of herself, and she had her own problems, and they did spill over on me. And that can happen with professionals. I know that. If I don't take a lot of breaks throughout the day and the night, and if I don't sleep at least 8 hours every 24-hour period, I do keep odd hours. If I don't sleep at least 8 hours every 24-hour period, and if I don't have 15 hours of waking time, and if I don't have 30 minutes of sunlight, no matter what schedule I keep, I'm not going to feel too well, and I'm not going to be very good to my peers, the people that I even talk with or make vlogs for or email or whatever. I'm not going to be very good for them. So my therapist has not been acting very well. I don't feel like I'm getting the care I need, the quality of care that I need. I've been getting pretty good care, but not very good quality, because my therapist, I have reason to believe she's not practicing a lot of self-care. She doesn't take breaks. She rushes out of her office to take me, and then she rushes out to take the next client, and she doesn't take breaks. She'll maybe get up and take maybe 5 minutes to go to the bathroom, and I don't know what's happening to the other clients, but I don't mind if she takes maybe 5 minutes. I don't mind. She needs a break, and I've even told her, take care of yourself, please, please, Jane, not her real name, please take care of yourself. And she's like, yeah, Carol, I'm all right. I'm okay. The usual classic caretaker. I'm okay. Don't worry about me. You let me do my job, and you know you're my client. I have to serve you. I have to take care of you, and I'm right now. And I'm like, well, okay, if you can handle it. That's kind of the way I feel like I almost have to give them counseling, even though I'm not the one with the license, and I don't give them counseling. I'm trying, I'm me. I'm just Carol. I give a shit. I'm empathetic. I have empathy. And I sense it when someone, can't handle. I've had to deal with a person like that all my life at home. I can even sense when my roommate can't talk to me. I leave him alone. I work and play on my phone, and I take a lot of breaks when I'm on my phone. Anyway, she ran late last week when my therapist ran late last week when she was ending my session. And her thing was, I don't think my next client is going to be showing up, Carol, so we can have some extra time, and if she shows up, I'll have to cut you short. You understand that? And I said, sure, if the session is ending anyway, and it's her time, I hope you can cut me short. Don't cut me short when it's not time, but cut me short when it is time. And so we went over a little bit, and we assumed that the patient wasn't going to be there, and but then the patient showed up. Now, I don't know if the patient came late or on time after me, but I have an appointment like late in the afternoon, and usually she'll have a client like immediately after me, like the last patient of the day. I'm not the last patient, but there's another patient after me. There's one more patient after me, and sometimes she's told me, my client, I'm not expecting my next client. I'm not. I don't know if my client's coming. We can go over, but she went over, I think, 15 minutes past my my ending time, and she suddenly looked up at her computer and said, "Oh my God, Carol, I have to go," and I was ready. I'm like, okay, but I'm a little worried about the next patient. We took about 15 minutes, and I hope she's all right. And therapist gives me this really nonchalant, "Oh, don't worry, Jean Carol. She'll be okay. I'll make up the time." And I'm thinking about how the therapist is going to be working over her time, because it'll be time for her to go home. I'm worried about how the other client is feeling, how that's going to affect the other client. Yes, please, Don't tell me to take care of me, everyone. I take breaks, but I'm concerned about burned out professionals and how they affect clients. I'm concerned about both people here. When I started my 5 and 6 recovery, my mesh recovery, for my mental illness, I started validating my entire family, including my aunt and me, because we're all the family. We're all part of the family. So anyway, a little bit of sidetrack. 2 days ago, I went for my counseling appointment, and she knew, and the desk knew, and I knew that my appointment had been pushed up a day because she was going on Christmas vacation today, Wednesday. And this video will be uploaded Thursday. It'll be yesterday to you guys. It's probably yesterday to you now, but Wednesday today, it's Wednesday to me right now. Yesterday, she went over almost the same amount of time that she went over when she was seeing me last week. And she didn't come out of her office. And since I understood that she goes over, I tried not to get mad. But the waiting room was getting crowded. I did have an issue that I wanted to bring up with her about the AI companion use that I've been doing. You know, you can watch the other videos if you want about that. I've been pretty stable. I've been pretty okay. No crisis, no real big issues in December because I'm handling myself. And I told her I was last week. She had nothing to worry about. Well, I don't know if I paid for that because she kept going in her session before me. And if I understand that someone is going to be running maybe 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late, even 20 minutes late, like sometimes the psych provider, psychiatrist, you know, they run over, they're overbooked. When I understand from the desk, and when I understand in general that sometimes they run half an hour late, I can reserve the right to reschedule after 30 minutes, but I need to wait 30 minutes because that's usually the late time that they run. They run that much late sometimes because they're overbooked. A lot of us poor people have Medicaid, and a lot of doctors in my area don't take Medicaid. So, you know, it's crowded. The clinic is crowded. And the waiting room is crowded, too. But usually when I'm in line to see the psychiatrist, I'm allowed to go into the inner office and wait in line. And yesterday I had to wait in the waiting room. And there were like 20 people in there. There were like 15 or 20 people in there, it looked like. And my therapist just kept on sallying her merry way in her office. I kept seeing the do not disturb sign. The desk looked busy. I didn't even know if I had a right to ask the desk, is she going to be out anytime soon? It was indefinite. I didn't know if she was going to come out. It's very unusual for her to not come out after 10 minutes. And that was getting into my time. And so I asked Iask.ai, my favorite GPT-like, it's not GPT, my favorite GPT-like AI. And it said, analysis of your therapist actions with new information. Habitual overrunning of sessions and disregard for subsequent appointments. Your therapist's consistent overrunning of sessions, and she does it. She does it almost all the time. And until the other day, I didn't mind as much. Is already a concern, leading to you waiting. That's a concern. The fact that she realized the next client was there after going over in your session, Carol, indicates a profound lack of attention to her schedule and her client's time. This isn't just a minor scheduling oversight. It suggests a systemic issue with her time management and respect for her client's appointments. This behavior directly impacts your experience, causing you to wait and feel indignant. Yeah, it also creates a stressful environment for the next client who is kept waiting. I really did feel sorry for that next client. I really did. And the therapist, I don't know if she did. If she did, I didn't know. Dismissive comment regarding client attendance. Many of them don't show up anyway, Carol. So I don't know if she's coming or not. We'll see. Well, I think she still should have cut the time. I was doing okay. I don't know how the other client was doing. I don't know if the therapist even knew how the other client was doing. It really felt dismissive. No name is mentioned. This statement is still deeply unprofessional and unethical, according to Iask.ai. Somebody might debate this. That's why I'm confining my comments to subscribers. It reveals a cynical and dismissive attitude towards her client's commitment to therapy. Breach of confidentiality implied, even without naming names, and she didn't name names. She didn't break the client's anonymity. Discussing the attendance patterns of other clients with you blurs professional boundaries and can make you question the confidentiality of your own sessions. I was wondering if she was talking about me. It suggests a casual approach to client information. I wonder if she's telling the other clients, Carol gets upset when I run late. I have to stop on time. I just wonder what she's thinking. And I shouldn't have to wonder what she's thinking during the 45 minutes that she's spending with me. I shouldn't have to worry about her. Just the fact that I feel like I have to give her counseling makes me wonder if it's a good therapist. But again, it's hard to find providers. Lack of professionalism and respect. A therapist should maintain a professional demeanor and not make such generalized negative remarks about their client base. It reflects poorly on her commitment to her clients and the therapeutic process itself. This comment can significantly erode your trust. It did. It did, and I didn't even realize it until the other day. Because she said that last week about going over with me. I don't know if this client's coming. A lot of my clients don't come. It might make you wonder if your therapist views you as one of the many who might not show up. Well, she knows I show up every week. She discusses your attendance with the other clients. Yeah, like I just said, trust is fundamental to a successful therapeutic relationship. The other statement, she also said, we only deal with low maintenance. And I thought, oh my God, is she going to act like the PACE clinic? Because they didn't like dealing with high maintenance. That's why they rejected me. I'm 55 and older, and they don't want to treat me because I'm too fucked up. Because I had a suicidal history, and I'm not that way anymore. But I guess some people think once suicidal, always. Once can't change their spots. She's too unstable. Well, this statement is arguably the most alarming and unprofessional comment you've reported. Interesting that AI reacted like that. AI can make a mistake and hallucinate, but that got my attention. We only deal with low maintenance. AI did not like that. They said this statement is arguably the most alarming and unprofessional comment you've reported. Profound lack of empathy and professionalism. Therapy is inherently about dealing with individuals who are often in distress. And I was halfway there the other day. I wasn't unstable. I was okay. Even though I had to walk out, I was all right. I was upset, but I was okay. I wasn't, about to do anything. But I was upset. Struggling with complex issues and require significant support, which can be perceived as high maintenance by somebody with a poor attitude. Oh, let me repeat that. Therapy is inherently about dealing with individuals who are often in distress, struggling with complex issues, and require significant support, which could be perceived as high maintenance by somebody with a poor attitude. A therapist's role is to provide care, not to label clients based on their perceived maintenance level. Ethical violation. This comment directly contradicts the ethical principles of beneficence, non-maleficence, don't do harm, do good, and respect for persons. Therapists are ethically bound to treat all clients with respect and provide competent care, regardless of the complexity of their needs. Discriminatory implication. The term low maintenance can imply a preference for clients who are easy to work with. Don't challenge the therapist. Don't present with severe or chronic issues. This is discriminatory and goes against the core mission of mental health care, which is to help those who need it most. Impact on therapeutic alliance. This statement fundamentally undermines the therapeutic alliance. How can you feel safe, understood, or supported with that kind of remark? It suggests that if your issues become too complex or challenging, and I've been afraid of that, it might be viewed negatively or even dismissed. Red flag for quality of care. They may not be equipped or willing to handle complex issues, or may not provide the depth of support required for significant therapeutic work. Now, thank goodness I'm okay. I'm pretty low maintenance right now, but what if that changed? Would I be kicked out as before? Severe erosion of trust and therapeutic alliance. Unprofessional conduct. Impact on my well-being. Feeling like I have to endure such comments can be emotionally draining. It was. I walked out really feeling upset, really feeling bad, really feeling heartbroken. Having to endure such comments can be emotionally draining and counterproductive to your therapy. Instead of feeling supported, you are left feeling disrespected and potentially judged. So we're already going on with the video. Prioritize your well-being and safety. Do not continue therapy with this individual. The statements made are deeply concerning and indicate a therapist who may not be able to provide ethical, empathetic, or effective care. Continuing with this therapist is likely to be detrimental to your mental health rather than beneficial. Seek a new therapist immediately. Okay, well, that's advice from AI, and I need to take it with a large dose of salt, everyone. But I feel validated right now. I feel like it's not just me. It's not just a me thing. It might very likely be a her thing. But it is hard to find providers, and I do need to keep my benefits. I don't know how many more evaluations I'm going to have for disability, mental illness in my life. I'm only 55, and the new age is going to be 67 for me for switching to retirement. I'm going to be, when I'm 67, and I'm only 58 now, and I've got at least 10 more years until, till I qualify for retirement, Social Security. So I'm probably going to keep getting evaluated. I'm probably going to keep needing providers to certify me. So that's one of the bigger reasons I'm going. Otherwise, I would leave the mental health system again in a shake of a lamb's tail. There are just too many abusive therapists in the mental health system, and in the area where poor people with the right insurance, the right combination of Medi, the right Medicaid, it's hard to even find someone. And forget it, I'm so tight with my budget, I can't pay for it. And most of the cheap clinics that used to be in the county are shut down now because of funding problems. And even the ones that still exist, they won't take me because I'm too high maintenance because of my history. So I'm stuck. I truly am. That's why I even developed a mental wellness process. But my mental wellness process will not certify me for my benefits. That's going to be hard. I'm not sure what to do if I can't find a provider. But I will not be treated like that. And if any of you are in therapy and you think you're getting treated badly, at least know this. You don't deserve it. And I don't. We all have a right to decent care. Safe holidays. You're loved.